Today, we continue our series on the 7 deadly sins of investing and look at the sin of wrath. I'll begin with the story of the snake and the saw. And I'd like to give credit to Fearless Soul's YouTube channel for the images and the story. One night after closing time, a snake found its way inside a home improvement store. As the snake slithered around, it clipped itself on a handsaw lying on the ground. Thinking the saw was a threat, the snake instantly snapped around and bit the saw. This caused the snake much more damage, with cuts now inside the snake's mouth. Not understanding what was happening and thinking the saw was an enemy, the snake wrapped its long body around the saw, attempting to suffocate it. However, the snake didn't do any damage to the saw. Instead, it ended up being killed by the sharp blade of the saw. The snake ended up being killed by its own anger. Many times we as investors let anger cloud our judgment, and our actions hurt our performance, sometimes drastically. How can we define wrath and anger? Wrath is a very powerful sin, one of uncontrolled anger and impatience. It's perhaps the most visible sin. Think about shouting, cursing, and punching walls. But it can also be suppressed in the form of sarcasm, insults, bitterness, and passive-aggressive behavior. We must understand that wrath is also a human, natural action. It's natural to us as humans to get angry. Even Jesus got angry. However, anger is an emotion that must be handled. Typically, your anger is not the real problem. The real problem is your emotional reaction to that anger. That is what causes harm to you or others. Think about when you or someone else has road rage. That anger makes you do something you wouldn't normally do. It's almost like you become a totally different person. It's like that old Incredible Hulk show I watched as a kid. Bill Bixby played Bruce Banner. And he said, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." Ask yourself, is your anger hurting yourself or others? Does your anger create an irrational response in you? As with every investing sin, Wall Street uses this against us and for their benefit. Here are 5 signs Wall Street is taking advantage of your sin or causing you to sin. Sign number 1. Wall Street will highlight the stocks that are going up, leaving you angry you didn't invest in them. GameStop, AMC, other meme stocks, Bitcoin, or whatever stock is hot that day, you'll hear about it. All to stir up your emotions and keep you buying, right? The second sign is Wall Street will highlight people who are making money, leaving you angry if you are not doing as well. This plays right into the sin of envy. You might even be doing just fine with your own investments, but you're made to feel angry and envious of the success of others. Why do they have this success and you don't? It's not fair, right? So you're left playing to beat others instead of trying to improve yourself. Sign number 3 is Wall Street will pit the average investor versus the big guys. They lead you to believe the big guys are taking advantage of you and taking your money. Sign number 4 is Wall Street will highlight speculative and volatile investments like cryptocurrency that cause investors to lose money quickly. When you lose money, you get angry. When you're angry, you make mistakes. When you make mistakes, you lose money. It's a vicious cycle. And sign number 5 is Wall Street will bury you with data. They'll give you so much data to look at and figure out, it leaves you frustrated and angry. I remember a time our company was working with our data provider, and they told us they'd be able to provide us with over 500 fields of data. Can any individual investor sift through 500 fields of data on their own in any reasonable amount of time? This might leave you giving up in anger and letting someone else manage your money. How do you know if you've succumbed to Wall Street's temptations? Here are 5 signs you've committed the investing sin of wrath. Number 1, you react emotionally when you're trading. When trades go against you, do you find that you curse the market? Do you find that you slam the desk and or shout at the computer? Number 2, you engage in revenge trading. Well, what is revenge trading? Well, it's where you try to get even with the market. If you have a losing trade, you may double down on the next trade, risking too much of your capital to try and get even. You'll find you end up placing trades at the wrong time because you're so emotional, you just have to make your money back right now. You may even pick speculative stocks because you're hoping to hit a home run and have a big winner to show the market who's boss. Number 3, you say things like, I lost more than I wanted to, but if I close it now, it'll probably go up tomorrow. You say, well, I just bought the stock and it's already started moving down. I'm selling it. You might also say, well, it's already down 20% or 30% or 40%. I might as well hold on to it now. You might even just throw your hands up and say, here we go again. All of these are emotional statements, starting with anger or ending with anger. Number 4, when you have losing trades, you may find that you're snapping at your spouse, at your children, other members of your family, your friends, and or your coworkers. And number 5, you just make mistakes. You rush through entering the order. You don't pay attention to things like the number of shares you're buying, the price you paid. The most important thing to you is to just get the order entered quickly. You don't plan your trade in advance, and many times resulting in errors. If Wall Street has successfully tempted you and you've judged yourself to be guilty, how do you respond? Your response to the investing sin of wrath is patience. You need to invest with patience. To invest with patience, you must first confess you've been an angry investor. Actually say out loud, I have been an angry investor. Yes, saying it out loud does matter. Proverbs 14:29 says, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. Here are a few differences between an angry investor and a patient investor. An angry investor is impulsive, making rash decisions to buy or sell. Trades are haphazard in nature, and you should never trade when you're angry. A patient investor makes measured, rational decisions based on facts and information. A patient investor trades with a plan and follows the rules of that plan. While investing should be fun, the process of buying and selling stocks should be boring. James chapter 1, verse 19 says, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Here are 5 action steps to take to avoid committing the investing sin of wrath. As we go through these, have a pen and paper handy to write them down. Step number 1 is to understand your goal. Your goal is to make the best trades. You'll have trades that are winners, and you'll have some trades that are losers. But you don't know which it'll be at the time you enter the trade. At the time you enter the trade, your goal is to make the best trade. Step number 2 is to use a trading checklist. You should use a trading checklist with clearly defined rules of when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Following a checklist for each trade will ensure you are following all the rules. Step number 3 is to use stop prices. You need to have a point where enough is enough. And if the stock's price crosses it, alarms start to go off and you are out. It's like when the police set up that tape that says, "Do not cross." Everyone knows not to cross that line. If the police see someone cross the line, many alarms start to go off in their head and they take action. Make sure that you place a stop on every stock you buy. And if the price of the stock hits the stop price, you need to be disciplined enough to exit that trade. No questions asked. Additionally, the stop should give your stock enough room to breathe so you are not stopped out too early. Step number 4 is to manage risk. Make sure any loss you take on a trade is no more than 1 to 2% of your overall portfolio size. For example, if your trading account is $100,000, the most you should lose on a trade should be no more than $1,000 to $2,000. Survival is key. You need to make sure you can live to trade another day. Step number 5 is to buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price in a rising market. This does a lot of things to control your anger. It puts probability on your side that you will have a winning trade. The stocks themselves are less volatile. And when your stocks are calm, so are you. Since 1988, VectorVest has been helping individuals become successful investors. Here's how VectorVest can help defend you against Wall Street and the investing sin of wrath. When clients first come to us, we have them go through our Successful Investing Quick Start course. This is our bread and butter, as it teaches how the founder of our company, Dr. Bart DeLito, started investing and how he built VectorVest. This short course teaches a prudent investing system and lays out basic rules of when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. While we're all still emotional creatures, following these prudent rules will give you confidence and drastically reduce the urge to trade emotionally. Second, VectorVest calculates a stop price for each stock every day. This is purely mathematical. There's no little guru sitting in the back room calculating this. It's based on a 13-week moving average, but it's adjusted for fundamentals. Risky stocks will have a tighter stop. Safe stocks will have a looser stop. This gives stocks the appropriate room to breathe. You will always start every trade with a predefined stop price as your line in the sand. Third, to help you find safe, undervalued stocks rising in price, VectorVest provides you with a stock viewer. It will automatically rank all of the stocks that we track, so the stocks with the best combination of value, safety, and timing appear at the top of the list. VectorVest also has pre-built searches specifically designed to find stocks for all types of investors. The searches are categorized by investing style, and you have the ability to modify as desired. Additionally, if you'd like to branch out from the base system taught in the Quick Start course, VectorVest has trading systems for all types of investors. Each one has predefined rules stating when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. While humans are emotional creatures, having a rules-based system to follow will help reduce the emotions in your trading. All of the trading systems are categorized by investing style, and we provide performance metrics to help you choose the best one for you. Before we wrap up, I'd like to share some wise words from Ephesians. Paul wrote, "Be angry, and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. Well, today we've been talking about investing, and these words apply to that as well. These words are also very powerful for our everyday lives. If you're angry at anything, and especially any one person, don't go to bed angry. Resolve that anger first. And with that, I'll wrap up by saying, don't fight Wall Street alone. Let's do it together and come out victorious. Thank you for being here.